Hey folks, don't forget to check out Your Tech Report on Sirius XM Radio Channel 167 every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern for all the latest tech talk, news, and reviews. Hey everybody, Juan here with another Your Tech Report pro tip. Now this tip is going to be about data redundancy. With pretty much all of our lives going digital at this point, it's kind of a scary proposition how easy some of this data can be to lose or get corrupted or accidentally deleted. And this is a tip that I've been using professionally that hopefully will help you guys out personally. So for the different projects that I've worked on, the web series, the feature films, the documentaries that I've worked on, one of the things that we've really had to take a look at is how this data that we shoot, this mission critical video and audio information, can get backed up. For those of you who might not be aware, when we're talking about shooting HD video on an SLR camera, you can usually only get about 11 minutes per 4 gigabyte chunk of data. So like a 16 gigabyte card is going to give you less than an hour's worth of footage. So when we're shooting a lot of content, these cards get cycled. One of the ways that you can protect against that is just knowing how many cards you'll need, but that's kind of difficult to figure out. So often what happens on these sets is once this card is full, it gets pulled from the camera and then handed to someone whose sole job is to manage all of the media for that day. Someone sitting in front of a laptop or a computer, and all they do is catalog all of the footage off of these memory cards as they come in. And that way you don't have stacks and stacks and stacks of compact flash cards, because that would be its own unique challenge in cataloging and making sure that this information stayed safe. But of course, we've all had situations where, you know, a laptop hard drive has crashed on us, even an external hard drive has crashed on us. And so you're always looking for other opportunities to make sure that this information that's sort of tied to your livelihood stays safe. So one of the ways that I found to help protect this information is to actually use the extra card slots on my card reader. Now this is just a simple Transcend USB 3. It's not even a very robust one, but USB 3, I get a pretty quick transfer rate off of flash storage. So after I've punched in my compact flash and I've transferred the information off to my laptop and I've handed this card back to whoever's shooting, I can then I keep a couple 32 gig micro SD cards handy, so that I can leave them in the card reader, and then I transfer the information back off of the laptop and onto the SD card. Now, chances are, when you're traveling, your camera and media gear is probably only going to use 2 of these 3 memory card solutions. So I always like to invest in whatever I'm not using in my camera or in my phone to use as a backup for the memory card reader. So that way, when I'm shooting a whole bunch of pictures and I'm shooting a whole bunch of videos, when my card is full, I can plug this device into something else, transfer everything to the memory card that I'm not currently using, and then move on with my day. So for me personally, my Canon 7D uses compact flash cards. So that's the kind of memory card that would be in my camera. And I keep a little 32 gig memory card just always permanently in this slot right there. And you can see that this solution is really small. You know, it fits in the palm of my hand. It's way better than what we used to have to do with portable hard drives, because that's, you know, it's a little bit bigger. And this is it's a pretty small hard drive, but that's still a lot bigger than a memory card reader. Granted, a portable hard drive can store a terabyte of information, but usually when you're shooting on memory cards, most folks are going to have between 8 gig and 32 gig. So having a backup 32 in something this small is pretty reasonable, especially when we're just talking about backup or moving information to free up a memory card. This should get you through quite a bit of photo and video work when you're out and about, especially if we're only talking about like a week or a 2-week long vacation. So especially for you guys, if you're going out on vacation and your camera uses an SD card, you can do something like keep a card reader with you and then just keep a really large micro SD card so that this acts as its own little temporary storage backup as well. And what's really exciting is that most Android phones will now support USB host, which means you can connect a card reader to your phone, and you can pull the memory card from your camera and then transfer the images to the micro SD card that you're just going to leave into your card reader as some sort of temporary backup solution. Okay, so case in point, I've got a 32 gig card from my Canon 7D popped into here, and I'm gonna turn this on, and you just plug this cable in here, get that little blue light going. Let's see what we've got there. It's scanning the card. I think we've got tone. I'm going to turn on, I'm going to
just going to move this out of the way. We're going to flick on Astro. And now you can see there's a My Files and a My Files too. So you could transfer information off of the phone. You could transfer information onto the phone to free up the card and then transfer it to another memory card if you'd like. You can juggle. So say maybe you only wanted to travel with the HTC One, for example. The HTC One has 32 gigs of storage on board. You've got access to around 28. And the camera is good enough. You were only going to travel with that camera. And there's no memory card slot on the HTC One. So when you fill up the HTC One, you've got to move stuff off the phone. You could transfer it to this memory card, free up space on the phone, and then be able to go back to shooting more photos and video.
So you don't even need to bring a laptop with you when you travel if you're only worried about just making sure your photos and videos get backed up. So this is something that's been helping me out professionally, and hopefully it can help you out personally. You know, just making sure this stuff gets backed up. That little bit of extra peace of mind that you won't lose something that's important to you. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you all on the next video.